Welcome back to The Five. So remember when Michael Moore said cops should join the Occupy protesters, saying they both saw eye to eye? In the words of Shakespeare, that's stupid, you big stupid face, because they don't see eye to eye. It's more like fist to eye. In fact, so many police have been injured at these protests, the New York Police Officers Union is threatening to sue the pants off the protesters, of course, if they're still wearing them. So far, over 20 officers have been hurt, a figure that will only rise as our flaccid politicians do nothing beyond sensing the frustration in their diapers. Yeah. Remember, it's these same protesters who are suing the city for being arrested. So turnabout isn't just fair play, it's fair awesome. Especially when the protesters have planned all along to get the police to react with force on film to romanticize the movement. So what does it tell you when the people who've been at the protest the most, i.e. the cops, want to sue? It means they realize the gatherings have morphed into a destructive mix of the homeless, the criminal, the left-wing agitators, pervs, drug dealers, aging anarchists with hygiene issues, and misguided grad students mad at daddy. Meaning it's just another day at Bob's house.
Funny.
That's funny.
When all else fails, you make a joke about Bob. Hey, Kimberly, you're the lawyer here.
Yes.
You're the lawyer. I've never heard of this. Police can sue people they arrest. Is this common?
Well, if they've been, it's not common that it is utilized, but in this particular case, doesn't it seem that it's warranted, that it's appropriate for the officers that have been injured? There have been 20 so far injured down at Occupy Wall Street, and in fact, it is a felony to assault a police officer. You don't have a right to beat up a police officer.
But that's why they get arrested.
Yeah,
they get arrested, but then you can sue them? I didn't know that.
If they sustain injuries based on that, why couldn't you? If someone is actually, it makes it even easier. If I charge you with a felony, I'm a cop, and you beat me up and I'm injured, I'm just trying to do my job, are you able to go ahead and break my arm or punch me in the face?
I thought unions were supposed to be arm in arm with the protesters, Bob.
Well, since we weren't going to be discussing this subject, let me just make the big news of the day, which is the first gambling casino opened up in Queens today.
Yes.
Video slots, but not tables yet.
You're actually doing a Bob Beckel Fox News alert.
That's correct. This is a Fox News alert. Everybody head to Queens. If I were going to be in the city, I'd be there tonight.
All right. Woo! Hey, all right, I want to talk about the Tea Party. Dana, in Richmond, Tea Party is demanding a refund of 10 grand because, they paid the permits to hold their rallies. Meanwhile, the Occupy protesters, they just occupy. They don't have to pay anything.
And in the article that I read, the mayor's office still hadn't replied because it's actually they have a fair point. I don't think that the Tea Party should get a refund because it does cost the city money in order to clean up after the protest and organize it and everything. But I do think that Occupy Wall Street should be assessed the same amount as anyone else who has to
Can't you assess them the full amount? I mean, literally, it's going to end up being millions of dollars down here. Well, whoever you sue.
But that's the hard part. There's no head on that
snake. But there is. They're kind of, because if they're putting together funds, no, but they are. They're putting together funds. They have to. I'm assuming they're going to have to eventually.
They have money in the bank. What are you talking about?
Fill out tax forms and whatnot.
I get it, but why do they get
there's an association that has taken up their cause there in Washington, D.C., and from a pro bono perspective, and they're the ones who filed the paperwork in order to do
this. Is like going to a car dealership. You get a better deal one week than you get the week before. So what? They didn't get a better deal. Plus, they had a bigger. They used professional sound systems. They used a lot more things than the.
They were adults.
Occupy Wall Street, huh?
They were adults.
No, they are adults. They're about 85, 86 years old.
You can't play political favoritism or say because one group is disorganized, the other isn't, and then treat them differently. It's an equal protection issue. Charge both.
All right.
It's going to snow tomorrow, so we'll see what happens in Occupy Wall Street.
Yeah, they'll be occupying somewhere else, I imagine. All right, coming up, reports of campaign chaos on the Kane train. First, his communications director left, and now a longtime aide to presidential candidate Herman Cain is calling it quits as well. We've got the latest next on The Five.